You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Check us out on social media. Facebook and Instagram, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, and on Twitter at Rainier Ave Radio.
And welcome to our live studio audience for another exciting edition of Did You Know? And here we go with round one. Did you know?
COVID vaccine is free and easy to get. You don't need insurance or an appointment to get your vaccine. Vaccines are available at many locations near you.
And now we're going to double the value. Did you know?
The COVID-19 vaccine is always free of cost. You can visit pharmacies, community health centers, and other health providers in your neighborhood.
And now for the lightning round. Did you know?
The Delta variant of COVID is a mutation that has health experts worried because it's twice as contagious.
Then for our finale. Did you know?
The best way to protect yourself from the COVID Delta variant is to get fully vaccinated. Get your vaccine today.
Find out more at kingcounty.gov/vaccine. Did you know?
Rainier Avenue Radio presents All Music, All Day Saturday. Music, All Day Saturday.
This is Edwin Bailey, Bulldog Blue.
Jazz from the Cabinets.
That's right. It's time once again for Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy.
Start Time.
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Paul Pierce. This is Start Time.
Saturdays, all music, all day. Reggae Hour. K-Fox Night.
Looking for the perfect beat? Yeah, it's the beat of the Fox.
Fresh Juice with D-Money in the group.
Myself, D Money.
Honey Size Patron.
Taylor Hart.
This is Spencia, the Northwest Rap Game.
DJ Medina, Chad Cheddar,
Come on.
Northwest Rap Game.
Sergio Lacour's Love Line.
It's Sergio's Love Lines with Sergio LaCour. Go to the phone line. Tell her who we talking.
Sea Monster Radio. Mo Jams. It's your jam.
We're live. Welcome to Mojo Mondays. This is KZ of KZ Music Media. Caller Goddess for Mojo Mondays.
Just my opinion. God is inspiration. All day and all night. Saturdays. Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Wash your hands, don't touch your face, wipe things down, clean up your space. When you cough and sneeze, do responsibly. If you feel you're getting ill, isolate at home and chill. No, you're not alone. Please pick up your phone and call 206-477-3977. King County 206-477-3977. Public Health 206-477-3977. King County 206-477-3977. Public Community Radio Station will provide you with more information. Say Rainier Avenue Radio. Your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Would you like to see when your favorite Rainier Avenue Radio show comes on? Check out our show schedule, updated weekly at RainierAvenueRadio.world.
What's good? You're locked into Fresh Juice right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. I'm D Money.
What's up? It's Pine Size Patron. ID Yourself, you heard?
Every Wednesday, 9 to 11, with interviews,
New hip hop and R&B, straight from Washington streets and worldwide.
Don't go nowhere. Here's the first song.
Let's go out drinking tonight. 2 shots till we start thinking, alright. Don't stop, really like my body in this shirt. Hoping that he tests me back first. Yeah, hazy vibes, judging eyes around me. Dim the lights so the crowd still loves me. With a friend who was real sick on me, but I got a real friend in the glass in front of me.
Nobody will be thinking it's a problem for me. And that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Nobody will be thinking it's a problem for me. Yeah, it runs in my blood now. Watch while I take it all now, all now. Yeah. I like the way you taste.
sexually. I like your friend, she be with the unknown. She ain't my shit, she gon' get the doubt on. Now we drinking these shots till the cows come home. Baby, can we be
Nobody
alone?
will be thinking it's a problem for me. And that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Nobody will be thinking it's a problem for me. Yeah, it runs in my blood now. Watch while I take it all now. All now. Yeah. I like the way you taste. I like the way you pick me up. Yeah, I like my face better when you tell me I'm hot, ready to fade away. Just give me all that you have got. I didn't come out to play. I just came out today. I like the way you taste. I like the way you pick me up. Yeah, I like my face better when you tell me I'm hot, ready to fade away. Just give me all that you have got. I didn't come out to play. I just came out today.
Rainier Avenue Radio .world, yo. Milan Ring, Pick Me Up featuring Gene Doe. Right here on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. ID.
Yo, can you hear me?
No, I can't.
Yeah, me either.
What the?
I'm beefing over here.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see, having a problem with ID's mic there. I tested it yesterday and was getting audio from it.
You check this one?
Yeah, give me a shot real quick.
Check.
Oh,
check.
Check. Okay, I'm hearing it out of that one. All right, so we are live with Fresh Juice right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. New place, y'all. New equipment.
We got some new digs.
And we're gonna switch these mics on real quick.
Check.
As that one seems to be working. But we're at the Columbia City Theater now, y'all. A legendary historical spot in Seattle.
A lot of people didn't come here. I actually heard about a lot of things that were going on down here, and I would get lost thinking I was going to a different theater. But this is a big theater. A lot of things have gone down here.
Yeah, historically, definitely. Definitely, for real.
Speaking of historical.
What? Oh, yeah. You know what, y'all? Before we get to this historical moment,
I got people on.
We have a guest coming on today, joining us all the way from Toronto. Death by Tapioca will be here.
Yeah, shout out to Death by Tapioca.
Yeah,
one of the most original names I've ever heard of in my life.
For real, we'll have to definitely ask him about that. Not only that, he'll be doing a live spoken word performance as well. So we're looking forward to that.
That's dope.
But yes, historical moments have happened in ID's life recently.
Yeah. So my mama had 6 kids, and
you
know, like I was a late bloomer I was a late bloomer when it comes to like the birds and the bees and all that. So like I didn't really have a lot of girlfriends. We traveled a lot as a family, so that's how that really went. I've been with the person I'm now together with for around like now 5 years, and we recently just had a baby. I didn't tell anybody because basically it was a big thing about, you know, a lot of people were telling me with the, you know, the tradition, you know what I'm saying, you're not supposed to tell people immediately when you have a child, but to the internet, I have a baby. His name is King Joshua Ayers William White.
There it is, King Joshua Ayers William White.
Yeah, he's here. He's adorable. I'm gonna get a picture up on the screen for y'all to see in a second.
Look at that.
But
that is cute.
Yeah, man, he's cool. He's a real chill baby. He's quiet. He doesn't really cry unless he needs his diaper changed or unless he's hungry. But yeah, he was born on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And he was 8 pounds exactly, no ounces.
Yeah.
Just a big old baby, man.
Man, Literally, I
just
think,
like his daddy.
I think my cat is like 1 pound bigger than your baby.
Yeah, yeah, I got a big baby for real. So I'm really proud. All my aunties in California going nuts. All my cousins going crazy. Like I said, I'm the second of 6 kids. So I'll be 36 in January, and so a lot of people in my family and my closest friends have been waiting for this, and so have I. It's just got to be the right time. I would tell anybody it's got to be the right time. But,
yes, and shouts out to Miles Salvador, one of our loyal listeners, saying congratulations
I appreciate
to you
that.
on your wife.
I appreciate it, man. We have a lot of big adventures on the way, and I would have, done all the big in-person showings and things like that, but it's so cold this month, and I'm not really the baby's still trying to build an immune system. So for right now, it's just gonna have to be pictures and things like that. But we're definitely out here. The family just got a little bigger, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. The ID.
Hey,
family.
Speaking of the family, I just want to. I'm sorry for cutting you off. My bad.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of the family, I want to give a shout out to Grand Rise. Make sure you guys check us out. Let me do your documentary. Let me do your biography. Let me do your movie. It's gonna be Grand GRAND Rise RYZE.com, grandrise.com. Shout out to my boys.
Okay. Man, that's dope.
Yeah, man. So just out here, man. I'm excited because my 7-year-old, he likes to listen to music, and so he'll tell me when he doesn't like the instrumental I'm playing, or like he'll tell me if he really likes the song that I'm playing of mine that he used to do a long time ago, and I don't perform it no more. Like he has a real opinionated sense of music, so I'm excited to see what the newborn gets into.
Man, I'm excited for you too, ID.
Yeah, man,
this is gonna be a good look for you.
Yeah,
Fatherhood.
Yeah,
with all these dad jokes you seem to be doing during the show, you're made for it.
They're gonna come way more natural from here on out. I promise you that. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man, so much.
Well, if you're tuning into Fresh Juice for the first time ever, I go by the name of D Money, by the way.
Time ID Yourself, you heard?
And we are live every Wednesday night from 9 to 11 p.m. with new hip hop, new R&B, and we interview artists, we talk to people, and this is 586 episode of the show. So
that's a lot.
First one from the Columbia City, though. Columbia City Theater.
Oh yeah, new digs.
And we were just about to bring on Death by Tapioca from Toronto, but he seems to be having a couple of difficulties. So we'll bring him on shortly.
Have you ever been out there?
Where? Toronto?
Canada in general.
No. About the far. Well, I mean, like the only East Coast I've ever been to is probably like Tennessee. It was to see my grandma. But to see like some of the more bigger sites like Miami or New York or Toronto, they're definitely on my list,
For sure.
On my list. But had it all started out with Iceland earlier this year. So
man, that looks so intense in the photos, man. I was like looking at, I can't lie to you, like you would upload a photo and I wouldn't even look at you. It's like you're in Iceland. I'm looking at everything behind you, bro. Like,
Iceland, yeah.
Like everything behind you is so like majestic and just so captivating. It was so just you look like an ant in that stuff, bro. I was like, bro, he is out there, bro. He's in the world right now.
Man,
it was a beautiful thing to see, man.
What an experience.
How long was the flight for?
Man, that flight was probably 7 hours, man.
Yo, man, I heard some people be taking like 12-hour flights, bro.
15, yeah, I mean, it was about 3 movies, so
How long do you think you could sit on a plane for?
That was right about where my limit was, man. I was about to cause some hay around there, man. But I mean, I definitely had to, pack my own dinner and stuff like that. So
you had a good time, though.
Yeah, definitely. It was all worth it in the end. Thank you, everyone, to listening in to Fresh Juice today. Of course, Pint-Sized Patron not joining us tonight, but we do appreciate everyone jumping in on the comments, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Let's do a couple early shout outs here of people tuning in. Let's see, Susan Head, Loita Goskin, of course, Miles Salvador, and everybody else jumping in. We appreciate you. Feel free to like, share, comment, all that little stuff on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We have a couple of interactivity things during the show, including a little segment we like to do, Take Your Pick, where
I love that game.
Yeah, where we play along with you in the comments as well.
Yo, by the end of the year, I want to see how many times I said I love that game.
One a week, at least.
I love that game so much.
All right, so looks like we got Death by Tapioca. We'll try to bring him in. Death by Tapioca.
There we go.
What's
Ping, ping,
good?
ping, ping, ping.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys so much for having me. Finally, had some technical difficulties.
We
He's
gotta
here.
get it together.
It's good to have you on
Got
the
it
show.
together. Yeah. And Daniel, congrats.
Yeah.
Money.
No. ID had
No,
the
that's
baby.
me. That's me, brother.
ID had the baby.
That's me. That's me right here.
Oh, and unless you're congratulating me with something else.
Now his cat is probably like a new year older or something. You know what I'm saying?
He seems to have gone on a mute.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Yeah, he went on a mute real quick. Got to unmute. Miles says she loves Take Your Pick as well. While we get Death by Tapioca's situation a little fixed up, we're going to go to our next song, which is actually his song. So I think he should introduce it. So let me push something else up before that.
Yeah, put something else.
I'm going to put something else there so he can properly introduce his own track. This one is from Born Eye, from coming out of DC. This one is called In This Moment, with production by Linz Prague. Enjoy this joint right here on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. When we come back, Death by Tapioca in the building. Y'all don't go where we're live until 11. Keeping things moving on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.
Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is the moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. It's the only thing that is real. Moments they come and these moments they go. If we come back again, it's the infinite flow. But until then, we still in the moment forever. The past is forgotten, the future is never. The present is all that we know and can measure. Joy in the pain and the pain and the pleasure. Making it better or making it worse. If it's the second, then make it reverse. Until the day that I'm laid in the hearse, I'ma just be out here making it work. I fell in love with cocaine as a flirt. Search for the feeling, escaping the hurt. Mixing with Tito's, no mixing with needles. I'm wet like a fish and I'm high like an eagle. Becoming the villain, supplying my ego. One moment a hero, the next one I'm evil. I don't know who I am half of the time. Let it all go, if I black out it's fine. I'm sick of dealing with life as a chore. Really don't wanna feel nothing no more. Do it from sundown to sundown again. Bracing myself for the come down again. Hating myself in the come down again. Wait for the party to come round again. I know my teacher would be disappointed. All of the training he gave me was pointless. But even though right now I feel like I'm worthless, I'ma just look at my mind and observe it. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. It's the only thing that's real. I try to focus excitement, sit in the lotus alignment. The truth is that I wanna know what's inside, and the Buddha said you'll never know till you try it. So I sit in silence and steady my breathing and try to see something I never believed in. I wanna know every part of my soul, how it develops and how it unfolds. All these emotions lock me in a prison. Soon as I notice they gone in an instant. Knock, knock, who's there when the door swings? Robin Hood with an arrow and the bow strings. Look for the light at the end of the tunnel. All of the ways I defended my struggle. I am the child, I am the parent, I am illusion, I am awareness, I am the pain that I didn't take care of, that turned into all of the things that I'm scared of. What do I notice is none of it lasts. Same as the lightning and thunder that crash. All of the thoughts and the feelings and fears stay for a moment and then disappear. Everything in me is naturally free. All that's required is I let it be. I am the sun, I am the storm. They call me infinite when I was born. I am enough is the mantra repeated for all of the love and compassion that's needed. And yes, I might fall again, but then I'll rise again. Sitting cross-legged and closing my eyes again. 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 Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you have is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. That's the only thing that's real. Look at yourself in this moment. Ask yourself, how do you feel? All that you know is this moment. It's the only thing that's real.
Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, Born Eye in this moment.
It's definitely one of those records I'd have to listen to like maybe 3 or 4 times. to really get what he's talking about.
I mean, like, yeah,
he got real deep on it.
The first time I heard the song, I thought he was talking about the process of meditating, you know, being in this moment, all the conflicting thoughts that are going on.
Right. No, totally.
All right. So as you can see, we have Death by Tapioca there. We'll see if we can get some audio from our guy here.
Check.
Yeah,
we got you.
I think that needs an applause. There we go.
We're in it.
Death by Tapioca joining us from Toronto, man. T-Town. I'm not calling it the 6.
Everybody?
I'm not calling it the 6.
Hey, yo, so yeah, let me go ahead and just ask that right out the gate. So how many nicknames is it just the 6 and T-Town? Like, what do they call that out there?
I don't think we ever.
We're
not called T-Town. I've never heard the word T-Town. I think of like Tinseltown when I hear T-Town. It's what T dot T-O T dot O. There was what in the whole T dot in the T dot era. Yeah, there was a whole lot of like variations of that. So I don't know if you can count T dot O dot. Like that's just too much of a variation.
What do you go with the standard textbook definition, geographical, or do you like have?
I think some people go by like the indigenous.
No, like you. What do you?
The indigenous one.
What does Tapioca call it?
What does Tapioca call it?
I just call it Toronto.
You just call it
Toronto.
Okay. Yeah. Textbook geographical definition. Yeah, my man.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like textbook geographical would probably be Toronto, which is like the indigenous spelling.
Oh, see, now you're getting deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about the soil.
That should be in the textbooks. If it's not in the textbook,
a whole other level, y'all.
Let's talk about the soil.
Yeah, let's talk about the textbooks and what's in
another textbook, bro. That's a whole other. You're reading encyclopedias. He got Britannica on his back, bro. That's what it is, man. How you doing today? You feeling all right?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling exponentially better now that I got some audio. So that's
yes. I'm grateful too on that, definitely. And man, other than that, how's your week been?
Week's been great. I actually did a poetry slam on Friday, which was like my first in-person slam actually ever, because I really started doing that stuff during quarantine. But I've been getting back into like events, which is
how
great.
was that experience for you? I just did my first one last summer, and I'm gonna tell my experience. But how was that for you? How was that first time? Just because we as a writer, I write a crap ton, man. So like for actually putting that out there in person, it's different than reading it to the internet, copy and pasting it, reading it over the phone. It's in person. So like, how was that for you?
Yeah, 100%. And like, I definitely memorized all my poems, and that process itself was like nerve wracking because I was also coming out with like, I was rewriting stuff. I was like adding parts to it. So making sure that all that fresh stuff was embedded in my mind. That was the biggest thing. And also too, like going on stage and, I was doing slams actually like on like this virtually. And I was a bit more like I didn't have to look at anybody. I was just lost in, I was in my own space. I would have my notes up, I'd be reading off that. And I would purposely block other people's like squares. So I just did not see anybody, no distractions.
That's hilarious.
And when you're in person, it's like you can't do that, and you shouldn't do that. So
I can't just be like, yeah, man. So this guy over here, it's
yeah. So I would and then it was just interesting to me, like actually seeing in real time, like people snapping, people like reacting to parts of the poem that like some of it I expected, some of it I didn't. That was the cool thing, because normally I would just look at the text box, the chat box afterwards, and see all the people literally typing in the word snaps. And I'd be like, okay, cool. That was cool.
That's how it was for me. You get nervous until they start reacting, and then it all melts away. You know what I'm saying? It all melts away. All that nervousness goes away.
Yeah.
Nothing. That's cool, man. That's what's up, bro.
That's dope. That's dope that you slam too.
Yeah,
like,
I did like it was like a story. Basically, and it was like two poems that got like it was the beginning and then it was like an end, and then so basically each poem had a whole, like each part of the story had a whole poem to it. It was really cool.
Man,
that's it.
All three of us have had poetry experiences because I've done a couple myself. So
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Did you do them up here in Seattle, or did you?
Yeah, I did.
Man, I couldn't do that, man. I had to drive far away from wherever I live at, so I can do my poetry slam like away from anybody I know. I could just let them naturally react because they don't know who I am. I'm either good or I'm not, and they're gonna react or they won't.
No, this poem was not about you.
Yeah, that too, man. Like they'd be like, "Yo, man, I know you, and I know that story." So.
You think this poem is about you?
That's not how I remember this story happening.
For real, man. And they all know that music and poetry all resonates from somewhere. They say people get tattoos because they want to give pain a location. So it's like it's all the same thing to me. But in general, it's like it felt comfortable to drive like 30, 45 minutes away from home, pop into a random bar. I already knew they was going to do open mic night that night. I already looked it up on the internet.
Yeah.
I called them like a stranger and asked it well ahead of time.
Right.
And then just pulled up with some papers.
Hey.
I just knocked that. And I didn't have it memorized like it is. So like that was something that I kind of had to get over, is reading and looking at people at the same time. So that brought me back to high school days. But
right, for the school presentations.
Yeah, man. All right,
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Josh, your sentence number 4. Your sentence number 4. Hey, Brian, your sentence number 5. I'm like, oh my God.
That's where the team pieces come in. That's where the team pieces.
So, right. That's when like the Locks and Jadakiss and Styles P start rapping back to back. You're like, dang, how'd they do that? And they was getting class with them paragraphs, man.
Hold on. Can you hear okay, who would be like the weirdest rap group to like hear doing like spoken word poetry? Like, could you imagine like Migos doing that and like doing team pieces?
No.
Would that be a good thing?
The only way I could hear it is if only one of them like stepped out, and that one person that stepped out was just in the back like, "Mama," and just yelling certain stuff for the.
He might get the crowd going. He might actually sway the judges.
Yeah, they might not be able to snap, man. They might start clapping.
Man, I can't. I can't. No.
Yeah, don't snap. Do the ad libs.
For real.
All right, so we got limited time with you, Death by Tapioca. So obviously later on you said you're going to be performing a spoken word piece, but right now though
song, right?
we want to get to your track. Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called "Take It There."
Where are we going?
Yeah. Where are we taking it? Where are we taking it?
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Talk to me, Tapioca. Where's the inspiration for
there?
This song?
Where are we taking it?
There. It's self-evident.
What made you? Okay. So is this in the sense of like? Because I'm just gonna take a stab at it. Are we taking it to the max? Like, are we taking it all the way? Are we sending it? It's like a full send kind of concept. Is this like, are we taking it there like I'm gonna commit to my relationship? Are we taking it there like I'm done and I'm through with it and we're about to take it there? I'm in my head like, bro, just like the T.O. Like, yo, which one is it?
I'm not reflecting any Toronto slang. So please don't go around being like, "Oh man, I heard those guys in Toronto. I heard those boys in Toronto say take it there when they're talking about what that's the thing they say, like no, that's not it. That's just the name of the song.
You can see, I can just see it right now in the parody video. Some dude's mad at the bar. Hey, bro, call Johnny. Tell him to take it there. Hey, yo, send the GPS. I'm about to share my location. We're gonna take it there. Oh my God. Oh, I'm dead right now.
That's actually, you know what? Those actually could be fighting words. They actually literally could be fighting words. You want to take it there? You want to take it?
You pop the trunk. You take it there. It's whatever.
But I really want to know, where are we taking it though?
Yeah, I gotta hear this.
Where is there?
Okay, I mean there could be a hotel, there could be a crib, there could be anywhere but the bar. And if you're taking it there, then
I have an idea.
You already know.
Wait. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do not have a girlfriend.
Okay.
So wait a minute. Are we taking it somewhere that we can't say on the air?
I was gonna say he's probably taking it to her, but it's too late for that.
What?
There is a her in there.
Okay. There is a her.
That's what I meant by the concept of the song. You nasty.
Yeah. Okay.
I was talking about the song.
All right, let's just play it, y'all. Because Tapioca's not going to tell me where it is, so we're just going to have to listen.
We're going to find out.
Find out.
I'm going there right now. We're going there.
Yeah, let's overanalyze these lyrics and see if we can come up with the answer.
All right, so let's do it. Death by Tapioca. Take it there on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. Don't go anywhere. We're live.
Night, after show, shoot shots, tequila rolls, candlelight. Raise your hair, come close. fresh kicks, floral print silk, eccentric, aura shining green, Celtic, shorty skin brown, nest quick, like that. Multicolored diamonds, like tricks. Yes, I'm this fly, no light tricks. Poker face hard, chips. I'ma break you off, Twix, unbothered, just cautious. Me and somebody daughter. Turn around, Coach Carter. Forget your ex, T'Challa, your honor. I've been baller up and down the court. When you take this trip with me, there be no resort. Realist out, nothing fictional. I am just a mirror, you already know. Late night, after show, shoot shots, tequila rose, candlelight, raise your hair, come closer, take it there, 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 take it there. Conversation flowing out like white wine. Beer and sparkle when you sneak a sight smile. Spare a spark a spliff, but it's high time. We make like Jack and hit the road ride. Drop the X and Y to your skyline. We can take a ride in this X5. No need for GPS on a night drive. Tip the valet, bring it outside.
How about the W?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I've never been before.
Oh, is that right?
It's kinda getting late.
Well, let me tell you something. Been around the globe, ain't a place like home. Planet, comfortable like you tan it. Sink back in your mattress like a hammock. Almost break a nail, yeah, the way you'll be grabbing. Risk a noise complaint, super bass be the loudest. Late night, after show, shoot shots, tequila rose, candlelight, raise your hair, come closer, take it there, 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 take it there.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not meeting Mrs. Jones in that cafe for a chat and nothing else, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Africans kidnapped and brought to the shores of what is now Brazil never surrendered their love, faith, or culture. From generation to generation, the connection of Brazil to the motherland has continued. Join Dance with Dora and special guests for Brazilian Connection 2021, a music and dance experience exploring themes of love, transformation, culture, and connection through Afro-Brazilian dance and its cousins. Live at Langston Hughes Performing Arts Institute, Saturday, December 18th at 7 p.m. Light Brazilian refreshments to follow the show. Tickets on Eventbrite.
Do you want to reach out to the Vietnamese community in Seattle? Just advertise in Le Viet Tây Bắc, that is Northwest Vietnamese News, the longest running Vietnamese language newspaper in our region. Go to nvnorthwest.com.
What is the Delta variant? It's a faster, more efficient version of the original virus that causes COVID-19. It's the same virus, it's just better at infecting people. Delta is far more contagious than its predecessors. It's spreading twice as quickly as the original strain, and people who are infected with it carry around much more virus. Getting vaccinated is the best defense we have against COVID-19, including against the Delta variant. Now check this out. The vaccine is free, safe, and effective. Time to protect yourself is now. Learn more at kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
Yo, this is Tayshawn, and when I'm not on Rainier Avenue, I'm on Rainier Avenue Radio. Listen to Fresh Juice with my mans and them's D-Money, Pint Size Patron, and ID Yourself. Boy.
Eastside's real and you niggas is fake. I'm still a handsome young gangster, the difference is weight. I'm just a striking young man, you in this debate. And if the Tech 9 jam, I give him the 8. Bang. Money over bitches, I promise I'm never lacking. This is 30 years of beefing and 25 years of rapping. Get to talking all that massa, I promise we make it happen. Ain't no typing, you would tweeting, my nigga, we bout that action. Eastside's not a joke at all. I'm with the G's everywhere, but I ain't folk at all. If Shorty says she got the tree, tell her bring the whole P on me. My nigga, we finna smoke it all. Eastside. Handsome looking with the slick voice neat. Give you to your nightmares, give your chick your own sheets. My brothers all came from nothing, better think on your feet. Find your burger in your lap when you can blink on the beat. Extra salsa, please. I've been talking cheese like a Packers fan. Michael with me and the hammer on me came from Pakistan. Peas for your flock, so we've been eating a lot. But yo, believe it or not, we are the new young Taliban. So let the heads roll. I was in the pen, creasing denims in the bedroll. Now I tell my men, make reservations for 10, cause my ego needs space. And I only do the penny a la vodka with the bread roll. East side's real and you diggins is fake. I'm still a handsome young gangster, the difference away. I'm just a striking young man, you diggins debate. And if the Tech 9 jam, I give him the 8. Bang. Money over bitches, I promise I'm never lacking. This is 30 years of beefing and 25 years of rapping. Get to talking all that massa, I promise we make it happen. Ain't no typing, you would tweeting, my nigga, we bout that action. I got that east side swag that'll flood the mall. I'm surrounded by bees, but I ain't blood at all. Spitting bars is the protocol. I got more drive than the overhaul. So overall, man, I'm over y'all. 2 men tailoring these overalls. I can get it clapping, but it's no applause. Gamble with your life, you can bet it all. Still sleeping on me, you better quit taking fentanyl. Yeah, I go B. Yeah, you ain't no P. 24, I rap it like Woodson, Griffey, and Kobe. Shout out to Heine, that's my bro. We on the top floor, got a little sweet life like Zach and Cody. East side better know the drill. Another murder in Alberta, that's an overkill. A lot of capping when they rapping, they got no skill. My DJ said cool it out, but I got no. East side's real and you know this is fake. I'm still a handsome young gangster, the difference away. I'm just a striking young man, you diggins debate. And if the Tech 9 jam, I give him the 8. Bang. Money over bitches, I promise I'm never lacking. This is 30 years of beefing and 25 years of rapping. Get to talking all that massa, I promise we make it happen. Ain't no typing, you would tweeting, my nigga, we bout that action.
Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, Handsome Face Hanif, East Side, featuring Marty Bars. Man, former guest of the show. We've had him on a couple months ago. He just dropped King of the Northwest 3. So check that out, Handsome Face Hanif. And as he always says, buy his ish. That's all he says.
I'm not mad at it.
He says, don't stream me.
Don't
play me on YouTube. Buy my ish.
I'm not even mad at it. Like, honestly, when you break brass tacks down for a lot of these artists, it's record sales, merchandise, and just the perks and tips of the job. But in general, that's really what we drive for, is those individual market sales, those people that we really touch personally with our music, and or individually as friends and family that really support us from, as I call it, A1 since day one. You know what I'm saying?
And we are live on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice, 9:35 p.m. Myself, D Money.
D Yourself.
Pint size Patron. And our guest of the evening coming to us from Toronto, Death by Tapioca.
Let's just get into it. So, we all have a fear of how we would not want to go out. You know what I'm saying? Let me just ask you, is there some sadistic vendetta in your mind in a past life in an anime form where you just put somebody in a bowl of tapioca and they're just quicksanded out and
no, that's just mean. That's just mean. No, you don't want to die that way.
That's the worst. I'm trying to think. That's probably one of the worst ways you ever.
Would you rather die by yogurt or tapioca?
I'll go with the tapioca. I'm about to pop some bubbles so I can get some air.
Man, let him talk, all right?
Yeah, I mean, everybody who's actually really thought, broken this down with me, it's kind of been more of a positive, vibe. It's
really,
I would love to die by tapioca. Imagine just I think bubble teaing yourself to death, right? If that's the last thing you do on earth, that's kind of sign me up.
All right, so why did you actually name yourself Death by Tapioca?
I just thought it would be what a headline. Yeah. What a fucking headline that would be. And I feel like if your band could be an actual headline, then or your band name could be a headline name, or an artist name could be a headline name, you're doing pretty well.
So it's not the name of a party trick or something you do?
Where I just snort a bunch of tapioca and pretend to die.
And now, Death by Tapioca. There you guys get the torch.
I mean, I've seen a lot of acts come and go, and looking at some of these festival band names and stuff. Death by Tapioca goes right up there with all of them.
Yeah,
perfect.
No, pretty dope, man.
Perfect. I feel like there should be a name hall of fame. And if I could even get in the lobby of that shit, I would just
ish.
I'd retire. Sorry, ish. I would
I
I'd
literally
be like, all right, I'm good.
I was
I made
looking
it.
at the
Mama, I made it.
I was looking at the board when we were talking in the private chat room and everything about who's coming up next week and so on. I was like, wait, what's his name? Yo, that's awesome, guys. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Death by Tapioca. All right, Death by Tapioca. Let's get to know you in a strange and interesting way in a game that we like to call Take Your Pick.
Take it.
And of course, we want everyone on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch to jump in as well. Here's how we play. It's really simple. We got a card game called Take Your Pick. And on each of these cards that we drew randomly, there are 2 options, and all you got to do is pick one of the 2 options.
Man, good luck.
Do I
It
get
seems
like
easy, but it's not easy.
Do I get like points if I like
No,
answer
no
quickly
points.
or something? All right, good.
No.
All right, good, because I don't want that pressure.
There's no
pressure,
points,
man.
but
It's
we
just
do
hard.
want you all on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch to play along in the comments with your choices.
Yeah, let us know how you
We'll
feel.
throw those on the screen and we'll talk about them as well. So, yes, we'll do 5 of these as we always do. ID always says we should
I'm
do
pushing
more.
for 10. I'm pushing for 10.
We don't got time for more.
We need another hour.
All right, here we go. Number 1. Are we doing half full or half empty?
I'm going to say half empty, and I'm going to say why.
Go for it.
I love a challenge.
Well, just like you did with his name.
Well, here's my thing. Okay, so look, somebody did me a favor. Look, so I'm in a car club, right? Shout out to Royal Customs, CC, Customs with a K and a Z. But check it out. So in general, they did me a favor, and I was like, what can I do for you? Can I buy you something from the store? It's like, oh, give me this snack and this soda. I bought like 3 12 packs and like 12 bags of candy. Like I'm an overachiever. And so I'd love a challenge just so I can get 3 glasses full right next to that half empty one that you thought was going to be half empty. It's going to be full right next to the other 2 full ones. I love a challenge.
All right. That's good, man. That's good. I think the cliche answer would be half full, but I would say it really depends on how much you want to be there. Because if you're enjoying yourself and whatever you're doing, say you're at a concert, you're enjoying yourself, you want that thing to be like, you don't want it to be half empty. But
my cup is runneth over.
Yeah. But if you really want to get out of some party or something like that, or whatever, somewhere you just don't want to be, you're just like, yeah, this is definitely half full. I'm getting the hell out of here.
I'm going with half full myself. I consider myself more a positive, type of person. So let's see. Miles Salvador says half full as well.
I'm overflowing, man. Like I have so much energy. I have to ricochet it off to other people throughout the day just so I can go home with an even amount to not overwhelm my family with. It's a lot.
On that note, number 2 for Take Your Pick, and of course play along, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Break the mold or go with the flow.
Break the mold! As he turns Super Saiyan. Bro, I love cutting my own lane. I love doing things different. I love putting stuff like what do you call it? Askew, like on pictures. I don't like pictures to sit straight sometimes. I like it to be a little awkward sometimes, depending on the room it's in. Inverted paint, things just different, man. I'm a Willy Wonka house kind of dude, man. Here's my rule with the kids. If you did something and you're in trouble, if it's funny, you might not get in trouble.
Man, every Wednesday, 9 to 11, I have to put up with this.
Every Wednesday.
On Fresh Juice.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and break the mold.
All right, what you doing, Death by Tapioca?
Can I cheat? I feel like I'm going to cheat with this, but I'm going to say go with your flow. Ooh. Because it's like don't feel guilt. Don't feel guilt. Go with your flow. And if your flow is like corporate 9 to 5, like great. That's awesome.
A good answer. That's a good answer.
You know what I'm saying? But even still, if it's like corporate 9 to 5 and you you want to wear long hair and headbang to like heavy metal all day, like that's also totally awesome.
So as a musician, what would you say?
As a musician, it's hard because I feel like if you break the mold too much and you just like go too like, I guess away from what is even like listenable, then you're just gonna shoot yourself in the foot. But if you go with the flow, even at least a little bit, just to get people's attention, and then you can kind of throw in subliminal Trojan horses and what have you, then I think that's the way.
I just stay in the wave of the times.
Yeah. I mean,
a little bit, but not. But even then, if you go too much with the flow, then you're just going to sound like others, and people are going to tune out. So you have to have like a good balance of that differentiating factor.
Right.
I mean, just to go back to the last card, you have to have more than half full on your stage. So, of people in the crowd. So
I can agree with that.
Yeah, the stage should not be more full than the crowd. That's like rule number one. It's like if you got 20 people on stage and 19 in the crowd, like you could make it look sold out if you just everyone just went on the crowd.
Right to the front, you know what I'm saying? Get that tight footage.
Oh, so that's why when people are on the stage, all like, everybody go to the front, yo.
Yeah, man, you gotta make it look good.
I'm going with definitely going with the flow. Don't like to push the apple cart too much.
No, I'm honking my horn.
Hate
I'm doing
confrontation.
all that.
Hate it. Miles Salvador also is going with the flow too.
Man, I'm throwing my hazards on. I'm honking my horn. My hands are out the window. You'll hear me.
Okay, third card, hot or cold?
Oh, I'm boiling hot, boy.
You're boiling hot.
Boiling hot. Lava cakes. Boiling hot.
What you doing, Def?
Hot.
You going hot?
100% hot.
Do you think that it's a good thing? And I'm literally thinking all this stuff is musicianship, within musicianship. Do you think it's a good thing to be not hot all the time? To just let things settle in your career to a point where you're satisfied with the momentum. You don't feel like you lost it, but you don't want to lose it. Like you just said, shooting yourself in the foot.
Right.
Revving up too high in your engine and you're just going too hard,
Yeah, 100%. I feel like there's a time and place for hard for hot. And then after that, like you either find your pace, like you can drop an album every 2 years and just kind of coast that way. Not even like, and I don't mean coast in like a way.
Well, there's some people that are like that, yeah. Fabulous and Jadakiss and these kind of people. They just have
they're still going hard. They're still going hard. They're not lazy. Yeah,
they have their own time that they usually will drop or whatever.
Yeah, but also too, it's like burnout. Like burnout is a real thing, and
yeah, it is.
Like if you just as a musician, as an indie, as anybody, like if you go, I feel like for myself, when I have like these extended moments of just going like pushing myself to the limit, doing everything I can, doing all my different like poetry, writing, managing, all that stuff. Eventually I'm going to hit a wall and I'm just going to like burn out. So with that said, like it's good to kind of have to plan for it, to have those chill moments and have the that time where you're not just hot.
That's dope.
I really like where we took this one. I thought we were going to talk about temperature for a second, but I really like where this went. As far as I'm concerned, I definitely would rather be hot than cold, temperature-wise, but also career-wise, any-wise, really. I'm not really a fan of the cold.
Are you hot-headed?
That was the other thing I was thinking. Hot-headed.
I'm not hot-headed, man. Miles says hot, yo. Miles says hot. So Miles is keeping it hot.
That's what's up. That was a good one.
Okay, we're on to our fourth one, y'all.
God, see, it's already almost over, felt. Look, all right, people in the comments that listen to the show today, y'all got to get in the comments and convince D-Money to give us 10 questions, okay? I need 100 comments to say 10 questions. If y'all put 100 comments to say 10 questions, I'll be able to get him to do it.
Hey, if we get 100 comments, I'll do it, okay?
See?
If we get 100 comments, we'll do 10 questions.
100 comments, 10 questions.
But Death by Accident, go up Tapioca, you might have to stay a little bit for that. So.
All right, so
I know it's late for him,
If it's these questions, I'm here.
Hours ahead.
What's the time difference there?
It's like 3 hours ahead, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 3 hours. Yeah, we're in.
Holy hot cup
it's
of
like
coffee.
12:46. Yeah.
Oh, it's Raven by the beard of Zeus. I'm sorry.
Okay, back to the game.
Not quite Zeus, but
take your pick. Remember, everyone on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, Miles Salvador, everyone keep playing along. We appreciate you right here listening in. Okay, SUV or electric car?
Oh, my goodness, man. You couldn't give me a car?
I gave you SUV or an electric car. Jeez. Which one are you going with?
I mean, that's easy for me. Like,
what'd you going with?
Sorry, no, I can't screw up the rotation.
No, there's no rotation.
He's acting like a true smoker. That's a good thing. But in general, I didn't want to say it.
It's exactly where I was going, but yeah.
But in general, no, I would just say that I guess I'm gonna take the SUV. I just, I'm not really with the electric cars. I just wish that, and I'm gonna be all the way real here. I wish that we took care of our planet to where we could just use cars. I wish we took care of our ocean to where we could just use cars. We're compensating for the damage we're doing on the earth by creating these awesome cars. But that would be a lot more helpful with a lot other work that we could be doing all over this world. And I'm gonna leave it right there.
Ooh, okay. But
But I'll take the. I like my car. I like my sedan. You know what I'm saying? I like my car.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that cars are definitely, even though you could talk about cutting elsewhere, but cars are also contributing to the problem as well.
Well, absolutely. I know that there are some options back in the day which we never really went to, but there's some people were doing this where they were looking into vegetable oil options and all this other kind of stuff. And I just know that if looked into and sifted through enough within science, we could find for lack of better words, a liquid option. Instead of going straight electric. I know that we're trying to not use so much electric in the sense of paying for the bills for the electric within this country. And so that's just something it's just it's a teetering scale. It's like which one is pick your vice,
Yeah, not to mention there's even explorations and even weirder things like human waste.
That's not even that's a poopy situation.
We ain't going there, yo. But I'm going with electric car, yo. As less gas as possible for me. Okay. So let's see. Miles Salvador is rocking with the SUV.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Death?
I'm doing electric. I'm doing electric. And also too, it's kind of like it's almost not as much, but like
it's scary when you see an electric car because like all you hear is the wind after they pass you. You be like opening your car when you're parallel parking looking for a car, you don't hear none. Like you crack the door, you listen for a car, you don't hear none. You open the doors,
it's just wind. But I mean, for me, it's also to the experience, and like I'd rather be in a sedan or a lower car than an SUV anyway when I'm driving. Yeah. So.
Nope. You're going to be in a storm. You're going to look like that movie Twister trying to plug in your car when a tornado's on the way. I need 12% to get to the next city.
Oh, no.
I'll take that. I'll take it.
I got jokes all day for those silly cars, man.
Oh, my God.
You seen the Fiat? What the Fiat? Jeez. Let's go on to the next car. Jeez. Fiat? Who named that thing? It sounds like a gerbil. Hey man, what you got, man? I got a classic gerbil. What you got? I got a Fiat.
Prius.
Yo, that sounds like Pegasus, yo. I thought that was supposed to be like some mythical car, man.
Okay.
Last car, man. Let's do it.
Last card. Take your pick. Number 5. Cheap or extravagant?
Well, man, listen, man. My first expensive thing I ever bought, I was 17 years old. I bought a Louis Vuitton wallet, all leather, full fold out wallet. I want to say at the time it ran me around like eight something. Basically, I saved up for like 3 years to buy this thing, and I would put away like $10 here, $30, $40 there, and I taught myself with obviously my parents doing a great job they did. I taught and reminded myself the value of $1 all my entire life, so I wouldn't lose the sense of it. Even knowing how it is to earn over time and get a good check and then feel rich for 5 seconds, you still got to have your regimen to put that money away that you would always put away, even if you was broke. And then when I had enough money and the bills were paid and I still had some savings that was going to be left over after I paid for the wallet, I bought that wallet, man.
Okay, I see.
And I was 17, so it's like, man, if you can learn and like really focus on like little fast food jobs, doing high school homework, really trying to, you know what I'm saying, really trying to get life figured out, I wrapped my mind around the value of $1 a long time ago.
Okay, I see you.
So I definitely like to do. I like to go balls to the wall. Excuse my expression. When it comes to extravagance or kind of mundane experiences. I mean, I want chandeliers and I want a dude on the sign with your name on it, candlelit dinners, all that jazz.
Ooh. All right, what you doing, Dad?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Like money comes and goes, and like experiences don't. Experiences stay with you.
You can't unsee stuff. You can't unsee it, man. You know.
You can't unfeel certain fabrics.
Even better, you can't unfeel it. Oh, that's even better. You can't unfeel it. You know, For real.
It's not unfeeling experience. So, but
just-
also too, that like one thing that you pointed out, ID, that was like really, really crucial to me is like you talked about extravagance from the perspective of discipline, and when you being like quote unquote cheap got you the extravagance. It allowed you to be extravagant. So they kind of go hand in hand. You can't just if you're
super frugal.
Yeah.
Man, I was just about to say.
I'll be the first millionaire still shopping at Walmart. Cut it out.
I was just about to say I'm definitely on the cheap side of the coin. I mean, like you got like friends going to like a certain restaurant. Like, yo, can we go to another one? I think the entrees cost a little bit less.
Oh shoot, that's funny. That's funny.
Miles Salvador definitely feeling the extravagance though, right there.
Yo, we used to play real quick. We used to play rock paper scissors with my roommates back in the day, and whoever lost on rock paper scissors had to get a cheaper meal at the restaurants because they had to supplement for the tip. Because nobody ever had money for a tip. We all had enough money for our meal only. Because we're always changing up the restaurant, but we always looked up the recipe. I'm sorry, the menu on the internet before we dipped out of the crib. So everybody knew how much it cost for whatever they was gonna get. But whoever lost on the rock paper scissors had to get a cheaper meal and pay for the tip.
Man.
Some people was just rocking like 4 or 5 entrees. Just keep them coming. Get that celery and carrots.
Oh my god.
It was rough for some people at the Ram.
All right, that was Take Your Pick.
Oh, yeah.
On Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice.
I love that game.
Now,
Man.
Death by Tapioca is about to be doing a special spoken word performance here. I know he can only be with us for the first hour, so we're going to definitely get him warmed up for that while we get to our next track from Che Flodizi out of Miami.
Say it again.
Che Flodizi.
No. Like how you said the first. Che Flodizi.
Che Flodizi.
Yeah, I like how you said the first. Put some stank on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Stank on you, man.
Don't stank on me.
Bombs over this track, yo. All right.
I see what you did there.
Che Flodizi. This one is called No Apology right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, and no apologies for those jokes right there. We'll be back within a couple minutes after the track, and Death by Tapioca is going to perform some spoken word live. So go tell your friends, stay right here, like, comment, subscribe, all that. And love and
peace, and chicken grease. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Che Flodizi, No Apology. Be back on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice live performance from Death by Tapioca. Where is it?
I shed blood over my property with no apology. Blitzed on my mama G. Yeah, coming up, it was hard for me. Dollar running up the feet. How you try to rock for me? Yeah, sleeping on them pallets, ghetto beat. But y'all lay with me. Chef don't give a better. Yeah. Shed blood over my property, got no apologies. Blitzed on my mama G. Yeah, so much hate I hear, I suffocate, it's hard to breathe. Walking through the streets of BVS, we barely free. I tried to tell it just the streets ain't really what they need. But everything I earned, it came from that the I mean. I'm trying to slit, warn them, cut they buck, I make them bleed. Told them, bro, don't have to starve just for you to eat. That's that inferior mindset, really king. Moreover, snitches in their prime, not mine like Billie Jean. Banning for my reppin' Rick, early mistake. Cut through, non-stopping me. My day in Beverly Hills, dropping blues, ain't they act the same way. Somehow I still see beauty in this world like Messi Drake. Grind through the work, man, it's day to day. Dropping fluid on his birdies, brought my new weight. You know, Asia MUA, got my new face. Fish you gripping, buried today. I shed blood over my property with no apology. Blitzed on my mama G. Yeah, coming up, it was hard for me. Dollar running up the feet. How you try to rock for me? Yeah, sleeping on them pallets, ghetto beat. But y'all play with me. Chef don't give a better. Yeah, shed blood over my property. Got no apologies. Blitzed on my mama G. Yeah, they saw me grinding full time and they blame it on luck. I was doing the overtime, your face was deep in that. So, how you counting pockets? You was laid up. Bust you in traffic, hoping you was prayed up. Straight up. Wasting life, I'm trying to save up. Running mutton, doing 100, watch me build this weight up. Multiple hustles off the muscles, all my paid up. And this chef Rubbing so flow famous. Out the struggle, raised in the jungle, that's just how we came up. Get this looter die trying, that's just how they raised up. Either you winning or you losing, that's just how they grade up. And the women, that's who gon' kick their grades up. Chevy be large, but that skinny fellow. Snatching chicken barge, rockin' cigarello. Brinkle ain't gotta go too far, condo on the rego. 40 floors, sky high, bowing, I'm the Pharaoh. I shed blood over my property with no apology. Blitzed on my mama G. Yeah, coming up, it was hard for me. Dollar running up the feet. How you try to rock for me? Yeah, sleeping on them pallets, ghetto beat. But yo, lay with me. Chef don't give a better. Yeah, shed blood over my property. Gotta no apologies. Blitzed on my mama G. Yeah.
Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, Che Flow DZ. No apology on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. Myself, D Money.
ID Yourself, yeah.
And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's Facebook, Twitter, D Money Juice, and then Instagram, it's D Money Juice #1.
You can follow me on Instagram at MP3Mouth. Don't follow me elsewhere because that's just weird.
Pint Size Patron, our third co-host. You can find him at Pint Size Patron everywhere. And Death by Tapioca, our guest of the evening. Where can we find you?
At Death by Tapioca.
Okay.
Yo, so literally, I mean, I might as well ask, do you have like a merch line that you run when you're performing? Because I was looking in my head, I'm like, yo, a Death by Tapioca hoodie with like a drooling face like Tapioca on the mouth line. Just Kill Bill, bro. Kill Bill.
I'm working on it.
Nice. Please let the radio station know when you get those. We'd love to support. I'm ordering one, small, everything.
100%. 100%. You got it.
Man, I gotta give me one of those. That sounds so cool. Because like you know, okay, so I'm thinking like, okay, some Tapioca or deathbytapioca.com. Word, cool. Death by Tapioca hoodie. Now we're getting there. Death by Tapioca vinyl on side of car. Oh.
All right, keep it in your pants, man.
Actually, one of my side logos is like of a car, and it's got like Death by Tapioca like written out on the side. It's like a Cadillac, and it's got like the Death by Tapioca logo as like the emblem. So I just kind of like. I want to put that one on some hoodies. I want to put that one on some like couch cushions.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like socks. I feel like I want to get some pattern socks, right? Like with the Death by Tapioca logo over and over again. Yeah.
I'd pay for a plush studio rug of that. That'd be hard.
All right. I think we're due a performance by Death by Tapioca, yo. So I'm excited to hear how this man gets down with a live spoken word.
So I don't go by ID. When I'm doing spoken word, I go by Willie Wordsmith.
Okay.
So I like this, you know what I'm saying? I like that we're about to dive into this. This is really I really love writing.
He also does Malcolm Flex, apparently. So
Malcolm Flex is we'll talk about that later.
All right, let's do it, man. Death by Tapioca live on Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, 10:01 p.m. Let's do it.
All right, I'm just gonna preface this by saying like my background, my ethnicity is Persian. So my parents are Iranian. It's just crucial information for the poem.
Okay. All right. Specs.
Persian boys love Pac. No biggie. We grew up on the west side. No, really. Trace the skyline of Tehran, superimpose that on the Santa Monica Hills. Replace the Pacific with the Caspian Sea and take a ride down to Westwood where you can get Bastani. That's Farsi for ice cream, but we ain't soft. You get served, swerving on these here North York streets where you get greeted by Persian pride, land of Cyrus, unadulterated. I'm not talking about Miley or David Koresh. Culture risen from the ashes of Zoroastrianism, the oldest monotheistic religion carries Persian rug threads. So why so hot-headed? Might blow up like Waco, Texas. Fantasizing thug life when most of our parents got holdings back home. We rock black bandanas and our pants down low like they're holding that chrome. And why Pac? Us Persian boys were obsessed. Almost thought of Pac as Persian himself. Association born of frustration, displaced youth, piecing together where our plight came from. Was it the revolution of 79 or the coup in 53? All I know is the monarchy was usurped by a group doing more to disturb democracy and human rights than ever was seen under Savak, the Shah's secret police. I hear folks talk revolution like it's something to do, like it's cool. To me, revolution ain't a throwaway word. Revolution don't even symbolize progress, just another hurdle in my people's process. Genghis Khan, Russian czars, now the malignant entities, the mullahs, who took our country, stripped us of our freedom, claimed women second class, and fought an 8-year war for no reason. Might not have been born if my parents didn't go. We were already living on death row, powerless to cowards, grinding the country down to shreds. Government response to protest? They empty out the clips, killing hundreds at a time. Fed up with the BS dollar, their only crime. Pac wouldn't stand for this. Pac would have popped him like cops at a stop and frisk. Pac was a strategist. Pac was Machiavelli telling us how to be the prince of Persia. Overthrow the goons that overthrew the throne, but gave us something way worse in return. Holla if you hear me. Spending energy on nuclear bombs, extravagant mosques. Instead of building an economy, they sanction us off. In the new world, we can't relate to hockey or golf. We got hoop dreams above the rim. Us against two worlds, corruption and fitting in. Pac was telling war stories, our stories, abandoned babies, took out west to a new country, stripped of our culture. Mothers scrambling to raise families, men trained as engineers, taxi cabin, picture perfect, painted a perfect picture. What words couldn't express my nose ring was the filter. I often got asked what my dad thinks about the piercings on my face. The same thing their dads did when they found out their son's hero was a gangster rapper from Oakland, but they couldn't say a word because their own homeland was the family disgrace.
Jeez, bro.
Woo!
I gotta applaud that, and I just want to say, like, for me to you personally, it's an honor to hear another person share a story of their family. A lot of times, you guys don't have a lot of happy endings to these stories. And so not only do you not have a very happy ending to a lot of people that you spoke for, and their families are grateful, I'm sure, but you're one of the few that can speak for your family and the people that are out there. So it's an honor to listen to it.
Man, not to mention the versatility, man. This is the take it there guy from earlier in the show.
Yeah, no, you
That's
definitely,
a totally different look,
yeah,
man.
you showed me a whole nother side. You definitely brought Pac into it, and the whole West Side in general. You brought that in really well. I like the cooperation within that. It was real fluid. It was great, wonderful, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, thanks for the snaps.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, definitely try to, like, that's one thing I love about poetry is that I just feel uninhibited to tell my stories.
Yes.
You can't lie. It's hard to lie.
No, you can't.
When you're doing spoken word.
All right, man. Well, we don't want to keep you up too long. We still got another hour of the show. You're welcome to stay, man, but we got to go on break here in a couple of minutes. So,
yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I would love to stay. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure to, chop it up with you guys over the last hour or so. I do have work in the morning, so I gotta be somewhat responsible. I know it's 3 hours. It's what, 10 o'clock over there right now, 10:06.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So different ball game. But thank you so much for having me on here. It's been such an honor.
Yeah,
I love Seattle. I've been once. I was there for I was there right before lockdown, and I just had such an awesome time. Like Mopop was sick. Seattle Art Museum was sick. Like just everything. I got like a
You get some good food? You get some good food?
I got some great food.
Good.
Was the pierogi?
Now we're talking.
Okay.
What was it? What's the chowder place in Pike Street Market?
In Pike's Place?
Ivers.
No, it couldn't have been Ivers.
But yeah, I had the.
I think mom and pop spots.
Yeah, I went to a bunch of places. Like even clubbing there was sick. I went to that Motown Monday event. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Mojams?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a Motown event or club night. I was like, this is wild. I love it.
Nice.
It's good times in Seattle, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, it's been great having you, and it's funny how every single week on this show we have to talk about food in some way, shape, or form.
Always happens.
Always happens.
Got to.
All right. Thank you, Death by Tapioca. Thanks for joining
Thank you so
us,
much,
man,
man.
on the
Thank
program.
you.
Hope to see
Thanks for having me. And yeah, next time I'm in Seattle, definitely link up. And if next time you guys in Toronto, same way.
Oh, bro, I might have to take you up on that one. I travel a lot.
Okay.
Oh yeah, hit me up. All right.
All right, man. Death by Tapioca right here on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. Appreciate him coming through. We got another hour of entertainment for you all. We got topics to talk about, and ID, of course, has a question, as always. So stay with us for our final hour on Rainier Avenue Radio Fresh Juice, first ever show of radio from the historic Columbia City Theater, the new home of Rainier Avenue Radio, yo.
It's cozy in here. I like it.
It is. And we'll be right back after these messages on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not meeting Mrs. Jones in that cafe for a chat and nothing else, I'm listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Atlantic Street Center has been serving the children, youth, and families of the Seattle King County area since 1910. We partner with families and communities to raise healthy, successful children and youth through services including counseling, early learning, youth development, domestic violence, and education support for school-aged children. Committed to serving the African American community, Atlantic Street Center provides services and support for all marginalized people. Learn more at AtlanticStreetCenter.org.
Greetings. This is your host, DJ Neftali, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, the best DJ in the Seattle area. You can catch me every Monday at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Like I said, this is DJ Neftali, the best reggae in Seattle, Washington, the best radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Come on, right?
Phil-Am Radio, servicing the Filipino and Filipino Americans all over the world. Phil-Am Radio, streaming live in the internet every Tuesday from 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. Seattle, USA time. We are your host, Kuya Bert Kawili, Emma Heron, and
Manny Panganiban.
Phil-Am Radio.
Welcome to the coronavirus pandemic.
I'll take coronavirus for 100.
Fever, chills, shortness of breath, loss of taste or smell.
What is stay at home and isolate?
Correct.
Coronavirus for 200.
Inability to stay awake, persistent pain or pressure in chest, trouble breathing. What is seek immediate help? Correct.
Coronavirus for 500.
Crippling and potentially dead infectious disease eliminated the United States with vaccination.
What is the polio vaccine?
Correct.
I'll take coronavirus for 700.
The Daily Double. Should I take the coronavirus vaccine?
Wait. Hold up. This is not a game. It's time for serious discussions. We have coronavirus vaccines, but not everyone is comfortable taking them. Here's the facts. Based on what has been proven about vaccines for other diseases, COVID-19 vaccine may help keep you from getting seriously ill, even if you do get the virus. Getting vaccinated also may protect people around, particularly those at greater risk for severe illness from COVID-19. We don't yet have all of the answers. Get informed, talk to your healthcare physician, and make the right decision for you. This is a message supported by the Washington State Department of Health.
Yo, what's up? It's your man B-Boy Fidget, and you tuned in to Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, with my man D-Money, Pint Size Patron, and ID Yourself. Let's get it.
Let's go get the bag. You already know, got my foot on the gas. They're not a problem, I bet I can solve it. I pop on the algo, they don't get a pass. Swipe of a pen, don't lie, they telling the truth, understand it. Might make it till Monday. Pushing the end of the week with the trouble, the customer M. Ali is up, flipping the cut. Play pong and watch, so I'm up in the cut. Canis, I spit it, they burning my stuff. Said I got my own brand, bro, you pushing the what? Lot of their friends, they couldn't burn me, I'm frying again. Eating some broke at Benzi's like you couldn't offend me. I'm screaming, let's fuck up the fed. Ali was up, they could see it in my face. Known for precious, not a race. That's a bomb food, not a vase. This is glamorous, need a break. I got time today. I bulletproof for all my waves. I do not and I can walk with the government. High IQ, though I can fake it. My Oscar bugging for you, basic confused. You trying to contemplate it.
It's up, no time to drag. Tell them hush up if it ain't about the cash. You wanting the smoke, but you're probably just focus on something that won't come back to bite your ass. You on the heat, that they're the difference between you and me. Murder the plane used to surf from a van, but a bird in the hand is worth two in the streets. Item was up, focus the revenue double. They follow, I lead in the huddle. Fast with the flipping, I smash through the city with massive business. I get it in Ollie, what's up?
Yo, yeah, man.
That had me turned.
On the community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio. Oliver Shaw and Item 9 is up out of Spokane. New music right there.
That had me turned.
Man, Northwest, man.
That was a good one.
All right, got myself D Money here.
ID yourself, you heard?
Pint-sized Patron not here with us for the evening, but we got another 45 minutes to entertain you. We got some good fun subjects. ID's got a question as always. Got some more great music coming out as well.
I do.
But man, it's been a minute since we actually had to prepare like topics to like talk about. Like guests have been like super interesting and like keeping things moving. But we got a couple interesting things right here, including I saw this little study done on Logic's single, 1-800-273-8255, the suicide helpline. And a study was done on when that song was popular, if it affected change on less suicides and more calls to the helpline. And statistically, actually, it did. The numbers to say, let's see, looking at the numbers real quick, percentages, let's see, the Lifeline had an increase of 6.9% in calls while it was while the song was popular, and then number of suicides in the same period was down 5.5%.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff, man.
And it brings up the question, ID, like, does messages in music actually equate to like, actual social change? In this case with Logic, apparently there was some statistical difference.
A lot of people, they, how do I word this? Misuse the power of people. We utilize it for revenue, and we solely enterprise ourselves on creating these wonderful ideas and enterprises for people to want to take a part of.
Yes.
When you take advantage of that, when you turn and take those same people and you won't feed them any healthy content. Like I have a YouTube that I don't even promote, but I just used to call it cultural competent therapy. That's really all I called it. But I was just it really doesn't mean much. It just means that it's cultural. It makes sense. It's competent. If you can make sense of English, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And it's therapeutic.
Okay.
And it's just me talking about the world and what's going on that everybody already knows about, things like the oil spill and so on and so forth.
Yes.
And it's just like, if you're not using that power of the people or your way with words to command a crowd and to demand the masses to listen, then you're not doing right by your talent and doing justice by your craft. There was a man in the interview before a Meek Mill song that said everybody in the bar is talented at one thing or another, but to have a way with words to where you can say something and then people want to listen to you, it's a completely different bag of money. You know what I'm saying? You're messing with a completely different bag of money. When you're giving speeches, when you're throwing seminars and people just want to listen, because of what you're saying and how you're saying it, that's when you're cooking with gas, as they would say. You got to really be able to talk to people. A lot of times people don't accept because you're not using the right form of words to get through to them.
Yeah, I mean, you could always say,
and sometimes you have to manipulate your words, and in that way it could be done properly, or it could be done wrongfully to make you think things you shouldn't be thinking.
Yeah.
So I do believe in that as an influence towards people through music, and that in the same way I don't believe that Call of Duty is the cause for kids picking up guns. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a stretch to that stuff that I don't believe in, but I definitely do believe in the music side of that. Influence people meditate with music. You could subconsciously listen to things within and in the entirety of an album and not even know it. So if you align yourself with the right vibes to be listening to the right kind of things to influence you to do the right things in life, you'll be basically a product of the environment you keep in your head with the music you listen to.
Yeah, music in and of itself has this ability to connect to our brains in more so way than just speaking it.
It's hypnotic. It's frequencies.
Yeah, it really is frequencies, and it'll make you think, and it just, the question always
I'm
goes.
gonna get a little gross, but did you know that's a frequency that's so low it can make you want to boo boo?
What?
Like my voice can go like oh, like, I can go down like oh, but it's lower than that. But if there's like a frequency that if it was played on like a tuba for long enough, your bowels will be.
All right, so what are we calling that? The brown megahertz?
No, you already said the brown hurts.
The brown hurts?
Just the brown hurts. Hurts with a Z. The brown hurts with a Z.
I can't right now. All right, anyway.
That's the last hour, man. It's gonna get funky now.
It really is, though.
No, literally.
This is what happens when you don't have a guest on the show. But
Patron, you did this to him.
you did this, Patron. Yeah, no, no. But we always want to challenge, our musicians, especially ones that are popular and have large fan bases, on what their messages are in their music. Like, obviously, there is room for ratchet stuff just with conscious stuff as well. But
people tell me all the time they don't know.
Where are you taking your messages?
People say all the time they don't know what to talk about when they're okay. So say you hear a person freestyling and you say, "Oh man, you should write a song with me," and then they say, "Oh, I've never written a song before," and then you say, "Oh, bro, we'll get in the studio together. We'll figure it out." Then they come over your crib or whatever studio session y'all book, and y'all get there, and then the dude goes, "Yo, I don't know what to write about." So a lot of times people don't know how to express what they see. They know how to they know how to manifest and create a moment in a verse that has nothing to do with what is there, either A, real life, B, what they go through, or C, what they hurt about.
True.
Usually they just create something that's fashionable, catchy, and easy to orbit, easy to listen to, a lot. And then it's radio quality. But in general, a lot of times people, they mask behind a lot of things. If you're forced to only talk about your life, there's a lot of rappers probably wouldn't be rappers anymore.
True. Right. We've had these conversations definitely in the past about how real is your life compared to your bars.
Yeah. And realistically, we know some people, we love their music, but we know some people are not influencing the most positive things in the world.
That's true.
Music is great. We love it. But it's like, I'm not saying this is like a censoring kind of thing. It's not like I don't appreciate the people that curse or get that, level of aggression off of their chest. I appreciate those verses too. I just, the message we're talking about here, we can always have turn up music with a message. That's all I'm saying. We ain't got to go sound like Lecrae or nothing like that, but it's like we can still get some messages out there. And
yeah, kind of like, taking things back to the beginning of the conversation, like what Logic did. He dedicated an entire song to the suicide helpline.
T.I. did something along those lines at the end of a song in one of his albums. I want to say on the album T.I. vs. T.I.P. But in general, he's super huge on advocating for people with suicide and substance abuse and things of this nature. And he's even taken a fold to really be promoting a different turn for people that came from where he came from, and the albums that he releases reflect the ways that he's living his life. And I think that the ways that people would live their life if they were rich would not have them talking about what they talk about now. And if they want to be that rich from doing music, they should talk about the things they want to do with that money.
Man,
okay. Not just what's going on around you right now. We know what's going on around all of us right now. We don't got to talk about it anymore. It's all over the internet. We get it. Let's talk about something with a good horizon on it. Let's talk about something with a happy ending, a light at the end of the tunnel, something for people to really eat off of mentally. I tell people all the time, don't let somebody rent space in your brain that they're not paying for with emotions. So if I'm gonna be feeding off of your emotions when you write music, I want to make sure I'm eating a good plate. Don't put sugar on my ish steak.
Well said. You know
what I mean?
All right. So to take that thing, there was another study that was done on music recently. And this one was on the effect of certain artists being played while people were running and their times.
Running? What do you mean running?
They were each of these persons were Let's see, how far did each of them run? I'm trying to look here at the page real quick. Let's see, 60 people ran. Each of them listened to a different artist. And what's the distance? I'm trying to find the details right here, but they all like ran the same distance is what I'm saying. So each of these people were given a different artist to listen to, and for their runs, and then they were timed on their runs, and then certain artists produced faster times.
I want to say for me personally, and this has to be different for everybody, but the higher the BPM, the higher my energy. Now that can be a positive and a negative. It's a positive when I'm working. It's a positive when I'm cleaning. It's a positive when I'm cooking. It's a negative when I'm driving. I have to listen to chill music when I'm driving. If I listen to high energy music when I'm driving, I'm speeding. I'm weaving baskets through traffic.
Right.
And so it's like I try to listen to the vibe I need for my system because I have a hyperactive metabolism. I can't drink caffeine. I haven't all my life. And I can't do like caffeine sodas. I don't drink soda, none of that. So when it comes to the energy that music feeds me for me to be able to perform and behave and function in everyday life, I definitely have to slow the music down for driving because I don't speed. But I definitely kick the music up really, really high and heavy when I'm at work or when I'm cleaning the car outside or mowing the yard or something.
So the interesting thing about this study that was done was the artist that produced the fastest run times was Beyonce.
El Interesante. Not that she don't got legs for running. I just didn't know she was a runner.
Well, I mean, she wasn't running, but people listening to her music were.
Oh, I thought you meant okay. I thought you meant the celebrities ran.
No, she wasn't running. They were listening to Beyonce, and they had faster
I
times.
thought the celebrity listened to their own album.
No.
Well, then yeah, that's interesting. But at the same time, you got to think about it. I can put Beyonce on a lineup with like Lady Gaga, and I'll just throw one more out there, maybe somebody like Tyga, and it would all make sense because they all make very high energy music. Now, the single ladies, like her energy is high energy music, and when she performs it, it's all high energy music. Rihanna, same thing. So when it comes to Beyonce and her albums, if you cut the right album, I don't think it's going to be a lot of slow music on there. Beyonce is she's a pretty heavy hitter in the industry when it comes to like being on the borderline of if you were to call her R&B or if you were to call her pop, or what I'm saying. I would definitely put her more in pop and just general hip hop before I would just throw her straight to R&B or neo soul or any of that, personally.
Yeah, a couple. I mean, it looks like a lot of pop names were on the higher things and higher times. Like I'm seeing Adele there, Britney Spears, Taylor Swift, Rihanna.
I said yep.
Kanye was actually up there too. Now, as far as the artists that produced the slowest run times, the slowest one was actually people listening to Drake.
But that's slow music.
It is though. So the tempo.
Too far from coming home.
So the tempo of the song that you're listening to while you're.
I only like Rainier Avenue. I'm sorry.
What? Kiki, do you love me? No.
Kiki loves me. I know she's gonna be listening to the episode. I can't let that one slide. Kiki loves me.
But
yeah, no, that's
basically defending what you're saying is the tempo of the music that you're listening to is making your workout or your run or your cardio more effective.
Fight this with me.
Oh,
jump down this rabbit hole. So the people that drink the people that drink coffee, but it puts them to sleep.
Yeah.
Do you think that how I have to slow the music down and for me would be different for another person that potentially if they listen to slow music, they might speed because they get emotional, listen to the lyrics, maybe, who knows? But I feel like every person when they listen to music while they're driving has a different element within that song or any song rather. Let's use any song. Has a certain element within any song that will trigger them to do one of any random amounts of emotions or reactions within driving itself. Whether that's brake checking people because they're mad or whatever, And so I think that whether that's just speeding or not, I think that has a heavy influence on people when it comes to the way albums flow, the way people title out their track list. I remember Kicking and Screaming from Chris Calico from Strange Music.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tech Nine.
Strange.
His album was 20 songs long, and the first 10 were super slow, and the last 10 were super fast. It was just like a super bipolar album, and he did it so clean and neat that it didn't disrupt anything from song 10 to 11. It was just something he just decided to do. And I found it really, really interesting because nobody else has done an album like that in my head since then. They all have their equal variation, and they have their ballad and their club hit, and they have all that in there.
Right.
But it's never partitioned like that. So that was very interesting for me. And it threw my emotions for a loop because I was listening to 10 songs of emotions, knowing, but I know this person for the event that was thrown my first time being in a mosh pit.
Right.
So it's like I didn't know that was going to happen in the album. So I'm like listen, 10 songs in, 11 songs, boom, all these higher energy songs come in.
Like what?
Yeah. So it's like it was really, really different to experience, but it was a treat. I like how people can throw you a curveball like that. So the energy that people put into their albums really does play right directly into the person's ear and heart.
Yeah, I mean,
I truly believe that.
The adage, especially on mainstream levels, is there's always that formulaic album. You start out with something like really high energy, and as the album goes, you basically end up with something extremely slow.
Well, like Tapioca said, shout out to Tapioca. It's like you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot per se by maybe having too many high energy songs or too many slow songs, and it's like you gotta find the happy medium for yourself. That's why people have listening parties, and you have a team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Make sure you rely on your team, people.
Man, teams are very important. Gotta keep gotta get your team on lock.
Shout out to the Rainier Avenue Radio team.
Man, I can't believe we're actually broadcasting from the Columbia City Theater.
That's a trip, man. I'm in there thinking like we're really gonna have to get to a situation where we do like these like a season, like after 1,000 episodes, we should do a season 2.
A season 2 on 1,000.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can get some like custom paintings from some people locally and get them to paint our names and maybe our faces or something on some photo, put them up on the wall for the episodes and saying get ready for 2000s, get for the 2000s. You know what I'm saying?
We taking over for the 99 and 2000s.
the 99 episodes in the 2000s. Yeah. See, yeah. Whippersnappers.
All right.
Yeah. You jive turkey. Can I say that? You jive turkey.
Jive turkey. All right. Anyway, we're about to go on another break right here on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. Only a half an hour left. We got ID Yourself right here. Got myself, D Money.
Yeah.
Pint Size Patron.
Yeah,
Stay with us
dude.
live. We ain't going nowhere, and we hope you don't either. Stay with us on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. ID. The question is coming up after the break.
Gang.
Rainier Avenue Radio. And welcome to our live studio audience for another exciting edition of Did You Know? And here we go with round 1. Did you know?
COVID vaccine is free and easy to get. You don't need insurance or an appointment to get your vaccine. Vaccines are available at many locations near you.
And now we're going to double the value. Did you know?
The COVID-19 vaccine is always free of cost. You can visit pharmacies, community health centers, and other health providers in your neighborhood.
And now for the lightning round. Did you know?
The Delta variant of COVID is a mutation that has health experts worried because it's twice as contagious.
Then for our finale. Did you know?
The best way to protect yourself from the COVID Delta variant is to get fully vaccinated. Get your vaccine today.
Find out more at kingcounty.gov/vaccine. Did you know?
Women are not an homogenous group. We face discrimination differently depending on factors such as ethnicity, age, socioeconomic status, and more.
Rainier Avenue Radio is proud to amplify women's voices.
They are the experts of their own lives, initiating conversations within their community about challenges they face, the solutions they're working on, and the opportunities they see.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 for Women's Voices on Air. We know our challenges. We are the experts of our lives.
We are master multitaskers, prioritizing our family, friends, and our faith above our own needs.
Our needs and voices are too often overlooked.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. for Women's Voices on Air.
We tell our stories in our own way.
Africans kidnapped and brought to the shores of what is now Brazil never surrendered their love, faith, or culture. From generation to generation, the connection of Brazil to the motherland has continued. Join Dance with Dora and special guests for Brazilian Connection 2021, a music and dance experience exploring themes of love, transformation, culture, and connection through Afro-Brazilian dance and its cousins. Live at Langston Hughes Performing Arts Institute, Saturday, December 18th at 7 p.m. Light Brazilian refreshments to follow the show. Tickets on Eventbrite.
What up, y'all? It's Marina Lotus here with Rainier Avenue Radio on Fresh Juice with D Money, Pint Size Patron, and ID Yourself. Y'all have long-ass names.
Imagine a world full of no colors, just sisters and brothers, fathers and mothers, unconditionally loving one another. Under the Lord's watchful eye, we occupy the third rock in the sky. 93 million miles away from where lava can fry. My mama in labor on the 4th, the hottest July. 48 hours later, they heard a marvelous cry. Rattle in my tonsils, I'm staring at who's responsible for smacking me on that tag of the past. We in the hospital, fresh out the womb, scour the room, a new flower just bloomed. My mama tells me, you was supposed to come out me in June. A gentleman standing over me says, hello there, I delivered you. I look back at him thinking, oh yeah, okay, so where do we go from here? I'm hoping nowhere, cause everyone's so happy in here and they make it so clear. If this is life, then I love it. I turn my screaming up. The doc says I'll bring them right back. Let me go clean them up. They wipe off all the dark shit. Hand me to my mama, say we writing up the discharge. 24 hours later, we in my own Chris car. Made a left into the projects in a life of being piss poor. Onesie sliding up and down the hallway on the 6th floor. Note in my hand, borrowing cooking oil from Miss Moore. Kicking on the steel door. Jumping down a flight of stairs, clearing the syringes. Luckily, I was dope enough to miss them shits by inches. Moms in front the building getting splinters on the benches, while the hustlers made a killing doing dealings near the entrance. Survival in the trenches, detectives in them trenches showing pictures of the people I would grow up to be friends with. By the time I turned 16, I respected a gun kick. Emptied out this one clip in Bushwick on some dumb ish. Saw that crack money, immediately started selling. Bought some grams on Kosciuszko in 9-7. Biggie in my headphones, Absolute in my cup. Yeah, I still wrote rhymes, but hit the studio for what? Only bass I care about's the one the fiends blew up. Now where y'all said that booth was, little nigga, I booth drugs. I was living that shit day and night. Mom's like, don't throw away your life, but this my way of life. Plus, if God really wanted me to get far, then why my Uncle Chris Carr go left? He should have made a right.
Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, Joel Ortiz, Uncle Chris Carr. Production by the Heatmakers on his mellow music album Autograph. You should go cop that, man.
Yo, them heat makers would be making heat.
I mean, they living up to their name, man. All right, myself, D Money.
ID Yourself, you heard?
Pint Size Patron.
Yeah.
We're live with our first ever broadcast from the Columbia City Theater, the historic Seattle landmark itself, and we're broadcasting
I picked a
radio
perfect day for my announcement and everything, bro.
Man, yes, congrats on the baby again, man.
No, thanks so much,
Definitely.
bro. Being a dad kind of just gets settled in every few minutes. I'm like thinking about the baby, but I'm live on Facebook, so I can't check on the baby. But I know she knows, like she's watching. She knows I'm thinking about the baby, but I can't check on the baby. But I'm pretty sure the baby's okay. She called if anything was wrong.
Man, definitely got to check on the baby. 10:37 p.m. right here. We're live until 11, giving you new hip hop and R&B, as well as talking usually with a guest. But today it's actually tonight. It's just me and ID doing our thing. And this Friday night, Rainier Avenue Radio is going to be kicking off the basketball season, y'all. We'll be broadcasting from Seattle Academy for the girls and boys games. The girls game will be broadcast at 6:30, and the boys game will be at 8 p.m. So check out Seattle Academy, who will be hosting Cedar Park Christian School. And then we'll be starting with the Metro League teams of Seattle's 3A by January, I believe, or sooner. So basketball season kicking off on Rainier Avenue Radio. But right here on Fresh Juice, where we do hip hop and R&B, we also like to challenge things out with a question every week. And it comes out of the brain of ID Yourself. And it's called ID the Question.
So this one's gonna be kind of like for all the parents out there, because I did just announce that I'm a new father.
Yes.
This was my first baby, so it's important to me. You know, I have a 7-year-old, and I love him to death. I came in his life when he was 3 years old, and I treat him like my own. Most people didn't even know that he wasn't mine because he has long eyelashes and things like that. So people think he's mine, which is awesome. So my question is this: my baby is officially 3 weeks old. He was born on the 25th, and today's the 15th.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out. I just need advice. You know, what do you suggest? I guess is the question. What do you suggest for a first-time father? I had a boy. It's my baby boy, and basically named him as in like my junior. So like
Aw.
I planned for us to be a really tight-knit family, doing all kind of things together at the park, you know, and stuff. But I need some advice. I need some suggestions, therapy help. That's my boy right there. Therapy help, temper tantrums, parenting help for like calming down when you're kind of at your wits end, tips and tricks. You know, blow up the inboxes. You know, by all means, feel free to hit me up on MP3 Mouth on IG, and let me know what you guys think. You know, I definitely need some help out. You know, they say it takes a village, and I definitely had a village to handle me because man, my mama couldn't do it by herself.
Let's see. Oh, my mom is listening. She says, "Oh, he is cute."
Thank you, Mama. Appreciate you, Mama Money. Good looking.
Mama
Good
Money.
looking. Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to drop in on the comments there to also help us with the ID's question there.
Nothing too
with some
complicated.
advice.
You got some
for
advice for
our
me, D?
guy as a first-time parent.
Yeah,
man.
I know you don't have any kids, but
I mean, all I got is a cat, man.
well, do you have? How long have you had your cat?
I've had her for about 1.5 years.
How old was your cat when you got her?
She was 2 months old.
Okay, so my baby's 3 weeks old. You can kind of relate.
Yeah.
So how did you treat your cat when you first got it?
Well, I mean, she was you gotta. She was having some discipline problems, especially at first. Like she would be crawling into everything.
Okay.
And kids be doing that, especially when I know regular kids would be getting the terrible twos as they call them. What I hear is, is just like you always, got to be consistent with your discipline, man. You got to have like a special strategy, especially mom and dad have to, be collaborating and communicating so they're not, treating the baby in a different way. So the baby doesn't like run to the other who's like more safe or whatever, and then
work around the other parent basically.
Yeah. You don't want just because dad's doing all the discipline running to mom because you'll get away with stuff,
Right.
So that there's got to be a united front in that case.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, as far as discipline goes,
because I'm going to be a softie for a little while. You know what I mean? So I definitely got to be able to put my foot down.
Sometimes you do. And I mean, if we are talking about my cat, she likes to jump up on the stove and the counter, and I like to keep her away from the food. So it's like I always have to be consistent with her. And I think the rate of the amount that she's been jumping up there has been a lot less recently, just because I keep at it. Cats just don't learn as much as like people do. So
sure, no, absolutely.
Yeah. So she's probably going to keep jumping up there for the rest of her existence. But the baby will eventually learn if you're consistent.
But the consistency factor.
Yes.
I hear you. Definitely going to stay on top of that.
You can talk about different things like are you going to spank your kid? Are you going to utilize timeouts? It's like, how do you want to treat the kid? Some people, there's studies about people that have been spanked seem to respect people more, but that's just a study. So it's just like, it's to each their own. Everyone is not.
I know people that are for it and against it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It it's an ID. Your question all on its own. Should you spank your kid?
Yeah,
or
that
not,
should be
you
the
know?
question. Should I spank my baby?
Should you?
Yeah, let me know if I should spank this baby.
At least don't spank somebody else's baby. You know?
No, I won't. No, man. I don't want to spank anybody. I was waiting. You know what's crazy? When the baby came out, I thought they were gonna spank the baby, like they used to always do back in the day.
In the schools?
No, like in the hospital.
Oh my God.
When the baby was born.
Spank the baby.
Yeah, man, baby born on Thanksgiving, which I tried to tell my family members and my homies. I was like, look, man, you ruined one dinner. You're not gonna ruin any other dinners, and you're not getting no special dinner. You get to go, you get your presents, you get to, you know what I'm saying, you get your dinner for free. And here's a couple $100, go have fun with your friends. But you ain't about to go eat somewhere different than the rest of the family because your birthday was on Thanksgiving. I'm like,
I know, right? I know.
not having all that. His brother's birthday is on the 20th of the same month. We're not doing that.
And then there's another thing.
I'm a daddy.
That jumps out for you and other first time daddies and all that kind of stuff is always make time for yourself, man.
Man, my girl be trying to tell me that. She's like, look, Josh, you need to slow down. I don't want you to spread yourself too thin. This, that, yada, yada, yada. I make films. I'm in a car club. I work a lot because she's taking time off. I do this on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
She does definitely tell me to slow down. I'm a workhorse, man. It's like I want to work hard so that when I do finally put these old dogs up on the couch and put my feet up, they ain't going down for a while. My son's going to go and get me a beer, or we going to do the barbecue thing, or, whatnot. We'll have a Super Bowl party, whatever. But I want to be able to have that point in my life where I'm not even thinking about working or doing anything else. I just want to make sure that I'm doing all that I should be doing within my youthful body.
Okay, we do got some advice from the comments from
What's
my
up?
mom
Hit
here.
me with it, hit me.
Don't forget to make a date night with your wife.
You know what's crazy? I was actually trying
You
to.
got to keep the romance moving, man.
I was trying to do that the other day, and I won't lie to you in front of the audience because she'll come in the comments and correct me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I tried to have a date night the other day, and I ruined it all by myself.
Oh no!
Yeah, I did, man.
Oh, you ruined your.
I got
date
put in
night,
the doghouse the same day I was planning to do the dinner date, but I did rebound. I recovered. So basically, I tried to replan it within the next 48 hours. We're gonna try and go out to dinner again, and then I got something special planned for us on my birthday anyway. So
Yeah, because from what I hear, babies, especially when they're really young, they're not sleeping for very long, especially during the night.
No, they're supposed to eat. They're supposed to eat 9 times a day.
9 times?
They're not supposed to not eat for anything over 2 hours. So if the baby's just sleeping in your arms for 2 hours plus, that's cool and cute. But wake the baby up, make it eat. Because the baby at this point relies on its own necessity to feed itself, and instead of just fluid lines, just as they say, direct injection. So instead of that, he has to feel hunger. He won't feel hunger until he wakes up. He'll wake up even more hungry than he should be, and it'll hurt. Like when your stomach growls and your stomach is turning and churning, it's okay. You can feel that.
Yeah.
When babies feel that feeling, it's way harsher on the baby. They should never really feel hunger. They should just be full, sleeping, happy, pooping, chilling.
Okay, it's actually when we're talking about pets and throwing that in there, it's a little different, with pets. Like you always kind of want to keep your pet a little bit hungry.
Is potty training hard for cats?
Actually, it wasn't hard for her. I mean, from her first night that she was with me, she actually used the litter box.
Get out of here!
The first night, man. And
they just sense it.
She just knew.
What's in those kibbles and bits, man?
Whoever she was with for her first 2 months, they must have trained.
There's got to be a doggy litter, dude.
Doggy litter. No, you got to go outside for that.
No. Like you can put like a patch of it, so they always poop in the same. Like your dogs poop all over your yard. You want to poop in the same spot.
Yeah.
Or there's like a litter that could just guide their noses to it.
That
poop in this corner of the backyard, bro.
Man,
that's something like a patent,
This conversation has really gone an interesting way here.
I'm intrigued.
This is apparently not even a hip hop show anymore, man. It's a parenting help show.
ID the poop.
ID the poop. ID the question, yo.
Thank you guys for all the advice. The weight of the baby.
Oh, you said 8 pounds, right?
Yeah, 8 pounds, 0 ounces. Big baby.
Peds. That's not. That's pediatricians. Pediatricians say feed every 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, you said something along the lines of that.
Yeah, it was like 2. The doctors said 2, 3, 4 hours. They said basically the same thing. As soon as 2 hours hits, I'm like, are you hungry?
Are you hungry?
Or are you hungry?
You want to eat? Are you hungry?
If he sucks on my finger or starts like if I'm holding him and I'm rocking him and his head is in my elbow and he starts turning his face and starts to suck on my elbow and my arm on the inside, I just hand him to his mama.
Okay, now on that note, man, let's change up the conversation real quick. You're tuning on Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, myself, D Money.
D yourself, you heard?
Pint Size Patron. Follow the show on Instagram and Twitter at Fresh Juice Media. We post pictures from the show, advertise future guests, and even on the Twitter we do a live tweet of the playlist as well. And if you like the music on the show, check out our Spotify playlist. Search Fresh Juice Mix. That's Fresh Juice Mix on Spotify to listen there. But on that note, man, I saw this on the Instagram on the Shade Room the other day, and it was about Christmas gifts for kids. And the difference between buying things for your kids that they want versus buying things for your kids that they need for Christmas. And this is what this person had to say real quick. He said, clothes is not a Christmas gift for a kid. If you're buying for your own kids clothes for Christmas as a gift, then that's on you. Clothes are a necessity. So I'm not gifting my kids clothes when they want toys, electronics. Then y'all be hollering that I couldn't afford an iPad this year because you needed clothes. That's supposed to be bought year round. That's an opinion.
I have a weigh in on that.
What are you thinking, ID?
My mom had six children. I'm the second oldest, so I have a lot of opinion on this. So check it out. My one of my little sisters, every piece of makeup known to man. My other little brother, every game system known to man. My other little brother, college tuition paid for. Myself personally, when I was in middle school, I got a brand new pair of all white high top shell toe Adidas every week that my mama got paid. So check it out. I was like a fashion geek. You know what I mean? I would clean my shoes every week, all that jazz. And so with me, if you bought me the members only jacket that I was looking for, the Sean John pants I've been wanting, you know what I mean? That's just as good as me to an Xbox.
Right.
To a fashion geek, you know what I mean? So it's like you talking about presents for children and you saying it's a need or a want. Maybe they want this, maybe they want the outfit.
Yeah.
Like I wanted the outfit. I never was playing games like that.
But, I'm not just saying like that special thing that you want. I'm talking about, your basic necessities, your underwear, your socks, man. Are those good Christmas gifts?
I think that in the sense that, we were talking about this with Tapioca, but, certain things like the value of $1, basically. So it's like,
True.
Your cell phone is a privilege,
Yes.
that in that nature. So are your nice clothes. You could be wearing worse. You could have nothing on your feet. You can have a lot worse of a situation.
Right.
There's always somebody with a nicer smile and bigger muscles than you. So in that sense, it should be a want. It turns into a need because most people don't want something they know they need. Now, you need food. You don't want it all the time.
Right.
You need clothes, but you get hot and take your shirt off.
Right.
People don't always want what they need until they need it.
That's
you
true.
get cold, you put a shirt on.
That's true.
You get hungry, you eat some food.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people take the situation for their own personal benefit, and in that sense, they devalue and revalue all the things in the world that should be valued as they initially came. Now, clothes initially were like a privilege. Clothes was a privilege. Clothes was just like means you came from a set of parents that had enough back wealth, like wiggle room within their finances to get you a little bit nicer than the average kids. You had some new shoes every second quarter of the year, like every other quarter. You didn't always have fresh shoes, but you would get some sometime. Some kids went all through the same high school with the same shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just depends on your angle in life and where you came from. For me, I was blessed enough to have fresh new shoes, so I was earning them joints. If I wasn't bringing home grades or if I wasn't doing my chores or treating my family right, I wasn't getting nothing. So it taught you discipline, like we was talking about earlier. It teaches you things when you have to learn how to know what you want and know what you need.
Ooh, it looks like we got more help here in the comment section. Let's see. My mom says it depends on the age of the child, teen. Babies, toddlers need clothes. Elementary school age wants toys, and middle school and high school might want clothes. And Miles says, my son is 33, married with 5 years, a son, and I was buy him socks and underwear for his birthday and Christmas, just being practical.
You know what's interesting about that is that, it's really so practical that, just like people say, you should say, oh, Mother's Day is every day, all year long. You should be thankful for your mother all year long. In that same sense, like people buy boxes and socks all year long, just like they was talking about in the comments, but in a way that, like, even if you didn't buy me socks and boxes for Christmas, I'm still going to buy them all year long. So you can't tell me that's a necessity when I already knew that. You can't tell me that it's a want when I was already going to want some.
Yeah.
You're saying they're trying to tell me that it should be a want. And it should not be considered a necessity because you should want those for yourself. But we already do. I don't need to think that I need boxes when I already know I want some.
Yeah.
What I need is my freaking Xbox or my new Jordans. Or what do I need? This is Christmas, baby. This is Christmas, baby.
I know as a kid, when I open up the gift, I open it up and I see it's socks or I see it's underwear.
You get disappointed.
And I am disappointed.
You get disappointed.
You are disappointed as a kid, but at the same time, the only way that this person's opinion actually makes sense is if the family is buying these things year round. For some families, the only time they buy things for their kids is Christmas and their birthday.
True.
So then they buy them the socks or the underwear or the pants or, what have you. Whereas, I guess when this person's opinion makes sense only if they got those things the rest of the year. So then now the only thing left on the table is the Xbox or whatever the hell.
Because they say, what can you buy somebody that already has everything? And if they're buying socks and boxes and tank tops all year long, what are you going to do? Buy him another pair of socks, boxes, and tank tops for the rest of the part of the year he's already got covered?
Exactly. It doesn't make sense in that case.
You got to get something different. Fly out the box.
But I know when I was growing up, the only time I got a gift, if you will, from parents was birthday or Christmas. But
if you were to ever look at something and be like, yo, mom, look at this thing in this magazine. I'd really love to have this. How can I earn it? Right. That specific scenario right there is like either A, she's going to calculate that as a want, or she's going to look at the item and calculate that as an unexpected need. Like, oh, I didn't know he was thinking like this. I didn't know he really wanted a pencil sharpener. Like, I thought he was used to using pens. Whatever, right? Some kids find need in things that you wouldn't even guess as a parent.
Right.
You gotta let them figure it out.
Man, the last 30 minutes of this program became a parenting help show, y'all.
This is beautiful. I appreciate y'all, man. Brand new daddy over here. You know what I'm saying?
Brand new daddy right there. Let's just let's throw the baby there on the screen just one more time.
King Joshua Ayers William White. Yo, man.
Hey.
I'm gonna call him King the whole time until he makes me mad. If I ever have to call him my name, if I ever call him Joshua, boy, you better get your
Oh man, well, we have reached the end of the program, y'all. Thank you to Death by Tapioca for coming through early in the program, for spitting some spoken word.
That was mad dope.
Next week on Fresh Juice, we will be joined by the Harlem group Das 8. So I believe all the members will be joining us live from Harlem. So looking forward to that show. That'll be on the 22nd, just 3 days before Christmas, man. The year is almost up. We're about 2 weeks away from the end of 2021.
That's creepy, man.
It's
creepy,
something.
man.
It is something to say the least. The Neon Ghost Show is next. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another edition of Fresh Juice. It's
Appreciate
been
y'all.
586 from myself, D Money.
ID Yourself, you heard?
Pint-sized Patron, who should be back with us next week. Keep sipping that fresh juice. Peace. And
We out here,
bless.
y'all.